we've been... well, hold on. 10 seconds.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Fucking advertisement.
Sorry.
Advertisement first.
There's an advertisement for our page.
There's an advertisement on our thing for Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Whoa.
What?
Or Amazonian Prime.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, we got it. Maybe.
Advertisement.
Wow.
It's okay, we've just got like 50
So, like, okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, I have it up. I'm gonna make sure the audio's working okay.
I can hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
so
we're
good to go.
Jas-
Jasper's like real.
Jasper's real loud because he's over Skype.
Cool. Let's give time for people to get on in.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we just wait again?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm louder than everybody else on the stream.
Yeah, because
Uh.
we're connected through the...
Hold on.
Everyone talk
Yeah.
louder.
Maybe see if you can turn down the
I can
volume.
turn it down a bit, yeah.
The volume.
Yeah,
for
turn it
the-
down, because I'm a lot louder and clearer than everyone.
There's 2 people
That's
watching.
good.
There's 2 people.
Yeah,
watching
I'm one
in
of
a
the
row.
people, so...
It's fine. One of them is Jasper.
That's not that bad. Hello, one person. We're gonna give a little bit more time so people can get on in. We're a little bit late, but
Yeah.
whatever.
We're late, but people can be later. Don't spit your hot chocolate out, please.
Please don't spit everywhere. It'll cause problems.
It's a coffee.
Oh. I did
Oh,
not
yeah.
know that.
3. We're at 3.
Ditto is the only person who got coffee because I didn't know what anyone else wanted to get, and I messaged Jasper to see if he knew what Bella would want. Because
Okay.
we can't. I'm sorry, we can never get a hold of you.
I know. I don't have my
It's
notifications
okay.
on anything.
Jason called me when I said I didn't want any. When I said I didn't want anything, they just decided that they'd get something anyways.
Okay.
So both Dylan and Ditto yelled at me until I ordered something.
Fun. Okay,
But aren't you glad they did?
Don't you like your hot chocolate? Didn't you like your hot chocolate? You finished it.
Like,
Hot chocolate is great.
it's on my nose. It's going to ruin
okay. Do you
my
want these sticky
everlasting
notes?
throat.
Yeah,
Your
sure.
everlasting
Well,
throat.
like,
Everlasting
or do you want me to
throat.
put them over? I still need my D&D stuff.
Oh my gosh,
We were
good
so
job.
concerned with the stream.
10 out of 10, Danny.
Yeah.
Well done.
10 out of 10 best stream moments.
Best stream moments.
We
Danny
had an
for getting
hour.
everything.
We were ready for an hour,
Hour and
and
a
now
half.
we're rushing to be ready.
It's actually 11 right now.
Hey, on the plus side, you don't
I
seem
wish
to be...
for me to not die in this game.
Oh, it's same.
Oh, I just
Danny.
realized there's probably a stream chat, and
Just
that's
my
gonna
wish.
be
Oh,
fun.
same.
Well, there is. That's why I've got it. That's why I've got it open. No one's talking yet.
I actually
okay.
didn't download the Twitch app on my phone. I probably should have.
I had it a while ago. I think I just deleted it because I
I got
only
bored.
use it to, like, make fun of my friend playing a game. I think.
I'm
Nice.
still a lot louder than everyone on the stream, so I don't know how we want to fix that.
I'll turn it down more.
Try
Yeah.
again. Talk again.
Yeah, try that again.
Yeah, I'm listening to the stream and
Okay, no.
checking.
We're gonna just try again. Speak.
Yeah, I'm just... Hang on.
Okay, that's about
That's probably the same.
Ari's
that's
here.
about equal.
Hi, Ari.
Hey, Ari.
Hi, Ari.
Alright, thanks for that art.
Yeah, man.
10 out of 10.
Saw Ari is here and rushing to that map. the R and the U are like lowercase, but everything after it is uppercase. Rushing to the map.
Do you mean how I speak?
I'm still
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
pretty-
louder, guys.
Oh, darn it.
Whatever, Jasper. They'd love to hear your voice.
Yeah, your voice is wonderful. Don't worry about it.
Try now.
I don't want to be the loudest person.
Are they still the loudest?
You could just step away from your mic.
Yeah.
I am far away from my mic.
Well, then we
Put your mic across the room.
you have good audio then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Good to
try
go?
to change settings.
Are we ready?
Maybe.
No, because apparently Jasper does not want to be the loudest now.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm echoing, apparently.
Oh.
How?
How?
Oh, wait. No, it's probably bad connection. That was supposed to be a joke. Guys, laugh.
I don't understand. What was supposed to be funny about it, though?
No. That's probably why we're echoing, guys. You keep playing it back.
I mean,
Wait,
it's
is
not
that on
that bad
YouTube?
of an echo. No,
No,
it's
I'm.
Oh, not anymore. You probably got close to someone else's mic. Oh, just...
We only have one mic.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm the one echoing, you guys.
Oh, Jasper, it's
then
your
yes.
fault.
Oh,
God.
No, that's not
I'm
nice.
sorry.
Actually,
I lived
maybe
3
turn
hours
Jasper
away.
down a tiny bit, like on the
Okay.
computer. Yeah, just turn the
yes.
computer down a bit.
Okay. That might work.
Yeah.
What's up, 40?
Think we're good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I doing the stream song?
Yes. Do the stream song.
That's what it's called now?
Yes. Well, what else are we gonna call it?
Welcome to our stream of D&D. We do a lot of stuff that makes you want to scream. Why'd we have to flee? Our place was pretty sweet. We always seem to end up hating fucking Rhys. So we gather up our dice, we gather up our sheets. The DM has a quest we all want to achieve. Whether it's a dungeon or whether it's a beast, we will always kill it at the very least. We're off to stop a villain, we're off to save a priest. The one thing that we want to know is when we get to leave.
Yay.
Do you like my goat?
Yes, I like
Do you like my goat?
Okay.
It's a very good goat.
Okay. Everyone hear me? We're all good to go? We're all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna
we'll have
pull
our
out my
stuff.
rainbow ones for when these ones fail me.
Yup, I've got my backups.
Yeah, I've got backups.
Okay,
I
ladies
got
and
extra
gentlemen.
backups.
Hold
in my
on,
bag.
I need to park my car.
For people who don't know, Jenny has a car mouse.
Yeah, her mouse for her computer is a car, so she needs to park it.
Okay. So we left off. You guys had just arrived in the city, in the town of Greywitch Port.
Wait. Do we want introductions quickly?
Do you want introductions quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Sure, let's do introductions. Let's start.
So,
Okay.
I was gonna start with you, so let's go the other way. To my immediate left, standing. How tall are you?
I think I'm 6'8", I believe.
Standing 6'8", dressed in green scales, are dragonborn. Kiza, introduce yourself. Are you? I can't tell if you're doing the Rocky theme song or John Cena.
Okay,
Was Rocky?
so... Okay.
Once Kiza stops laughing.
Yeah. It's fine. Hi, I'm Ciza. I'm playing the character Ciza. My actual name is Bella. Ciza stands at 6'8". She is a dragonborn, a green dragonborn to be specific. She is very strong, and she's kind of an asshole.
Kind of. Quotation mark.
Yeah.
To the left of my left, standing far shorter than Kiza, is the lovely sorcerer supreme, Charlotte. Charlotte, why don't you go ahead and tell these people what they're missing?
I love my nickname now, Sorcerer Supreme. It's so powerful. So I'm Danny. I speak loud. Yes, I'm Danny. I'm sorry. I have a very bad cold right now. This is why my voice sounds like this today. But I'm playing Charlotte, who is a 12-year-old child, and a Sorcerer Supreme. That's about it. That's all you get. I don't know what else to say.
Okay,
teaser.
to my right, standing in between, is the Dwarven Bard.
wait, what, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the Dwarven Bard Baz. Baz, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Baz. He's a dwarf. He likes the color brown. He's got man bun. He's brown.
Are you having problems there? Are you having talking dysfunction?
He really likes soap. He has 44 bars of soap.
Which was not originally
He
planned.
doesn't like using it.
Yeah.
He has acquired 44 bars of soap
He's a
through the help of Charlotte.
I didn't try to help him steal soap. I tried to help him use soap.
Ow. Everything about this is wrong.
Oh crud! No.
He's a bard entertainer, so he has a little guitar.
That note will be played after every single thing that Baz does. Hope you enjoy it.
He's also chaotic good, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna question his alignment sexuality.
Real
fast.
Sexuality.
There you go.
To the right of my right, standing preferably in a dark corner, is Shyn, our drow rogue. Shyn, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. Shyn is a drow rogue, and that's about all you need to know about him.
I summed him up.
Yeah, he stands in dark corners, and he doesn't really like his group because he got thrown in with them last minute when he was drunk. I think he's deciding to go sober.
Okay, and finally, calling in via Skype because he couldn't be bothered to come out and join us, is Jasper, our lovely cleric, playing Tabik. Tabik, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, sure. Hi, I'm Jasper. I play Tabik, the Fire Genocide cleric, who kind of doesn't like anybody.
Kind
You
of.
guys are
Especially me.
dicks.
I won't deny that.
Kind of, also in quotation marks.
Kind of. Quote unquote, kind
That's
of.
it. That's all you need to know.
I mean,
Wonderful. Okay, you're all introduced. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yay.
For those of you still confused, I'm Rhys. I'm the dungeon master, and all-around prick that runs these guys' lives.
Wow.
Okay,
Summed up.
well
summed
done.
up pretty easy. It's
What is that?
It's
It's
real
a
easy.
TV man.
It's a what?
TV man.
No, I was pointing at the person that you drew.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
So we left off after your guys' prologue in the first episode. You guys had arrived in the town of Greywitch Port. You'd been introduced to a man by the name of Everett Two-Watch, who had told you that your longtime boss now, and friend in Shyn's case, Adron, had sent you guys ahead to a place called Belcourt Manor. A manor found out in the middle of the harbor. You guys had discussed with him, and you had agreed to do a favor for him in exchange for the favor done for you by Adron. After which you guys had been ferried over to the actual manor and after a little bit of fun foolery, you had been led inside of the manor by a man by the name of Carsadith. A man we use in loose terms.
Yeah.
So let's jump right back in. You guys are sitting in this small sitting room. This small drawing room. Sitting in this small sitting room.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Oh god.
In case you didn't see what was happening, which,
Case you
by the
didn't
way,
see.
you probably can't.
Unless something has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, our figurines are usually supplied by Rhys, but I like my mini Thor, and now
That's
it
a
was
copyright
taken.
problem.
Well, and then I tried to throw in my other Thor, and Baz wanted his figurine lobster. So now they're all in the IRL bag of holding. So
Along with my phone. Because I found out that snakes have penises in their bones.
oh my
we said we
will
weren't
tell you
gonna
to leave.
discuss this.
We're in the middle of a game.
gosh! We said that was exactly not to be
That
discussed.
was the one item on our do not discuss list.
That was the one item, and you brought it up.
Oh
Okay.
You love yourself.
So you guys are currently.
Same.
I apologize.
You guys find yourself in this drawing room. The large portrait hung on the one wall. The set of double doors, and the smaller door that leads back into the corridor. You've just finished reading up the note sent to you. Just kind of sitting around and stuff. Karsadith, who is the long, kind of elvish-looking man. He's got a long ponytail of silvery hair that's been pulled back. He's got 2 ears that are pointed very much like an elf, but his eyes are pitch black, completely black. There's no whites, there's no iris, nothing. His teeth are also quite sharp. Karsadith has returned, pulling open the door and stuff.
I'd
And
like
he's...
to guess who made the murder. The demon made the murder.
We're not playing Clue.
With the wrench.
Karsadith returns, and he pulls open the door and stuff, and he's introduced himself as Karsadith, the head butler, and and chief of staff for the Belcourt Manor.
How could it be a chief and a butler at the same time?
He's the chief of staff, which means
How
he's
can
in
he
charge...
be a chief and a butler at the same time?
Because
He's
butlers
in
usually
charge-
run
he's in
everything.
charge of the
That's
staff.
how they get away with
Yeah.
the murders.
He's in charge of all the staff, but he also works as the head butler.
And the head murderer.
Right, so if they need a butler and stuff for important people, then he would be the one to go. But he is the chief of staff. He runs everything while the
Okay.
people are out of the mat.
So, I just want to make sure. This is this is probably the same house that we were in before, where we stole all the soap.
No,
no,
this is different.
This
That
is a
was
different
the-
house,
that was
so
the
he
Two
doesn't
Watch
know
Manor.
that we stole a bunch of soap. Yes.
I mean, Baz has got a large bag of soap tied to his belt, but
So,
he wouldn't know.
Okay.
No,
Just be soap.
he wouldn't be. He wouldn't have any clue. No.
Okay.
I hope I don't have to go into the water.
I hope you do.
I
Baz
took a
will go
bath.
under the water, and then we'll just see soap bubbles everywhere.
Sorry.
So Karsadith introduces himself and stuff, and he gives like a light bow, almost like a curtsy kind of thing. And he says,
Gay.
as the guest of the Lord of the house, I believe I am in your service currently. We will have food prepared, the fires will be restocked in the kitchens, beds will be made up in each of the apartments for you. May I offer perhaps a tour of the grounds?
Sorry.
Whatever you're going to say, don't
Baz,
say it.
don't say it.
I'm saying.
Okay, can we say at this point that Shyn is definitely frowning at Baz?
Charlotte is
Because
also
he
frowning at Baz.
because Baz probably looks like he's about to do something stupid, but he'll turn to, can't remember how to pronounce it.
Karsadith?
Karsadith, and say, we would quite enjoy a tour of the house, thank you.
Very refined.
Well, no, because you know why.
Yeah, I know why.
You're the only one who
You're
knows
so
why.
refined.
You're the only one who knows why he would
Certified refined?
No.
Certified refinable.
No, because there's a reason in his
There's a
backstory
reason.
that he's very refined. But
Reasons. Secrets
Hashtag
and lies
backstory.
and
Yeah.
betrayals of kind.
Clickbait. Click
Yeah.
to reveal Shyn's backstory.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to be the lovely DM I am, and I'm going to hand you.
do we have a map?
You have a map that I made in paint. Oh, how
Yay!
exciting!
Yay for paint!
My little paint map.
Yes, we will send a picture of that to you.
We will send.
yeah.
Someone send a picture
I'll
of that,
just-
Jasper, please. And while we're at it, somebody send a picture to Danny so Danny can.
Yeah, send that to me. Don't say my email
trying
out
to-
loud though, but send that to my email.
I would like to put in something. You don't have a bathroom.
What?
You will see that later. There is a staircase in the main hall.
Oh,
That
Okay,
leads
I
upstairs.
sent a picture to Jasper.
Don't worry.
Do you want me to? I can just send it over Messenger if you want. But
Yeah, here.
uh,
You want to take a
that
picture of
should
that
work.
as well and send it while you're at it.
okay.
They got bats. 8 room.
Where's Danny?
Don't worry.
What's an 8 room?
Where am I?
We'll talk about that later.
Sleeping.
Could you just shush?
Sorry. Sleeping.
You can just put it in the Hadian.
Oh yeah, I could just send it to the HeyDM chat.
Yes.
The
For
sleeping
those
master.
of you who are confused, they're just pawning over the map right now while we wait for them to send it to Jasper. So
I
Jasper
wanna know what an
can-
I haven't even
is.
seen it
Well, I
yet.
sent Jasper the first one.
Also,
Do you want
I'm
me to send
pretty
the
sure-
second one as well?
Yeah.
Twitch
Okay.
just
And then-
heard my Facebook notification.
Well, I'm just sending it to the Hey DM
Oh,
chat.
Ah, there it goes.
There we
And
go.
then email it to...
Okay, nobody use the Facebook Messenger right now.
You
Sorry,
can turn
my
down the
phone.
Facebook Messenger specifically.
I did not
Alright.
know that.
You can also turn off
so-
Are there two
notifications.
different maps?
You can see
Yeah,
there's
there's two.
multiple levels. So Karsadith
Okay.
leads you guys on a small tour and stuff. You exit the drawing room. There's a long corridor that stretches before you. About halfway down are a couple of windows that look out into a large courtyard with a very, very big tree growing in the middle of it.
Is that the circle?
Yes, that is the circle. To the right, immediately after you guys exit, is a large ballroom. It's kind of a little bit more run down and worn out. This house is very ornate, and it looks like it's very well crafted and stuff. It took a lot of time, but it looks like it's a little bit more run down and worn out than it should be. It's not being kept up for a while. No one's lived here for a little bit. But he leads you into the right with a large ballroom. He leads you to a small sitting area with a couple of couches and a table. He leads you into a small temple or chapel. There's a couple of rows of pews and a large altar at the end with a painting of some god you guys don't quite recognize. There's a large corridor of glass, windows and stuff with a large double door made of glass with a lock currently on it, that also leads out into the corridor. But at the back of it, it leads to a greenhouse and a small door at the end of the greenhouse with a raven carved into it. Out of that, he leads you past another set of double doors, which he doesn't actually lead you guys into. Before turning the hall again, there's the lower hall, which is a large set of tables and stuff where people would eat at and stuff. You would entertain guests, and the high hall, which is a far larger version of the lower hall. There's also another door at the end of the corridor that he says belongs to the kitchens and servants' quarters, that he does not lead you through before leading you back into the main hall. So you've got in a nice little square rectangle. There's 2 sets of stairs in this main hall, and he says, "Feel free to explore the upstairs on your own. There are 2 doors that are locked. By word of the master, you will not be going past them."
We gotta go past them.
Oh, jeez.
I am saying that that was the exact expression that Shyn probably gave Baz.
Dylan glared at me. It's okay.
Yeah.
I can't see you to glare at you.
Karsadith kind of turns towards you guys, and he gives a final bow before he backs up, and he says, "If you have need of me, simply call and I will appear."
What's your phone number? Why is everyone glaring at me?
Karsadith raises a single eyebrow,
Hey.
and then he sweeps into what it looks like a low bow, and he just disappears.
Hey Dylan, you should send me better pictures of those. Wait, no, I got it. I'll send it to the chat, I guess.
It's very hard to get good pictures of it. Rhys, you should have made the printing bigger.
I
Because the writing's very hard to see.
Baz wants to look at the tree.
Well,
Yeah, there's
okay.
a couple of windows that lead around the corridor into these hallways. All these hallways, there's a lot of windows into this main corridor and stuff. There are 2 large windows next to the large set of double doors that leads into the courtyard just off the main hall. You can look through that if you want.
Can I investigate the tree?
Yeah, make an investigation roll. Or if you want, you can do investigation,
Okay,
perception, or nature.
They're all one.
Where's
So
the other map?
I will do.
SMH.
Oh, I think
here.
Rhys has it.
Oh, thank you.
Because we haven't actually gone upstairs yet.
Oh. Okay, we'll get that one later, I guess.
Which would be most useful to us.
I don't know, but keep in mind that Shyn is watching you very closely.
I'm not gonna fuck the tree.
Well, we don't trust you not to do that because clearly you will fuck a door. So
The fact that that's a concern is
Hey, you all.
not comforting.
I'm gonna do an investigation check.
Investigation check?
Yeah.
Awesome. Go ahead.
15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at this tree stretches up for what must be 50 feet easy.
Yeah.
Like, this is a big fucking tree. Okay? The base of this tree stretches in a large circle in the center of this courtyard. There's a couple of different areas set out around the courtyard that you don't really pay much attention to. The tree stretches up, white bark the entire way up, stretching high above. And you can see there's a second level. And then above that, you see what looks like a dark sky almost, but there's like tinges of purple and reds in it, like sunset almost, right? But this tree stretches up miles and miles above this second level into the actual thing, and the canopy actually goes over and covers up, so you can see through the canopy into the actual sky, but it is covering this large courtyard area. You see higher up in the branches, you catch a glimpse of what look like little lights, little balls of different colored lights. And I've actually got a picture here of
I told you the tree was important.
kind of little.
I think the tree is important, but I don't think that you.
So it kind of looks
should
like
not need
this.
Good watercolor.
Thank you.
Can I see the picture?
No.
Yeah. So you want to send that to
I'll
him?
send
Oh
that.
gosh. Oh.
Next time we're gonna need to have these like up on the.
Yeah, we should probably take pictures, or you should
Or
take
if
pictures
you can-
beforehand to send.
I will send
Try it,
pictures.
not on paint. Or on paint and save it.
I've got it saved on Paint, but it's on the computer. Yeah, so floating in these things are what look like these tiny balls of multicolored lights,
Okay.
and they kind of drift back and forth across the branches and stuff. They don't really stop. You see two of them, a large purple one and a smaller kind of reddish looking one. They kind of pass by each other on the tree branch, and the reddish one pops into the larger purple one for a second, and then pops out the other side, and it's kind of tinged a little purple and stuff, but then it kind of fades back into the nice red as it continues to move along and stuff, but that's all you
This
can make
one,
up.
Okay.
This one. Sure.
Anyone else? Can they do anything?
You know, to be quite honest, I've been trying to do this the whole time. And let me just, minimize this as
Are you
much
having a
as
problem?
possible. No, it's all good.
Oh my god.
Hold on,
hate
everything
having
is fine.
No, pull.
I can
I
see,
can
trying to
see
do
you
it.
moving it.
Yeah. Is that fine? That should be fine.
Ta-da-da! So that is the bottom left-hand corner there is the first floor of the Belcourt Manor.
Okay.
Anyone else want to do anything?
Before we go upstairs.
Yeah, I need a repeat of everything that just happened.
Well,
Oh,
because I think
No, I'm
Baz
kidding.
is the only one who saw it, so he'd
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
tell us if we actually saw. If
Baz looked at the nice tree.
yeah, Baz.
I'm
looked at the
not gonna say anything.
You guys got a quick glance around just the actual rooms and stuff. If you want to go back and investigate certain rooms, if you want to head upstairs, do anything, you're welcome to do that.
I think Baz would more like want to go upstairs, so I'm gonna move to the staircase.
Upstairs, wonderful. Okay, anyone else want to do anything? Or are you guys going with Baz?
Who wants to hold my hand and walk up the stairs?
Not holding your hand.
I wanna go to
Fuck you.
It's kind of the
You touched
top
my face.
right, the
Boop. Temple?
chapel/temple thingy.
Yeah.
I wanna check that out.
Okay, anyone else want to go anywhere? Are you guys going upstairs to the temple with them?
Can I follow Charlotte?
Yeah, you can follow Charlotte.
You're following me? Whoa.
Yeah.
Jasper?
Don't kick the baby.
I want to check out the temple as well.
Okay, Jasper will go with you. Shyn?
Everybody loves me today.
No, I'm just curious.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
oh,
That's
I like
upsetting.
Danny.
I'll go with them to the temple.
wow, I
Okay.
have so many
Yeah.
friends.
So Baz will grab you in a second when they've gone to the temple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want to go with them.
Do you want to turn around and come with us to the temple?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Baz makes it halfway up the stairs, turns around to see you guys leaving through a corridor, and goes, "Guys, wait up for me!" Comes rushing back down the stairs.
Guys, wait!
We all start moving faster.
Can we assume that Baz accidentally trips and falls down the stairs?
Make a dexterity saving throw.
I got a 16.
Aww.
Aw.
17.
You failed. You needed a nat 20.
Aw.
Baz trips and falls down the last 3 steps. You don't take damage or anything. It's just stupid looking.
It's just stupid looking.
Okay, you guys make your way back down this kind of corridor branching off on the right-hand side. The glass panes and stuff, there's a very lovely kind of bluish colored wallpaper against these things. The nice doors and everything. You make your way to what looks the stone door at the very end. Walking into the temple it's relaxing and stuff. And Tabik and Charlotte, you guys have felt a little bit cut off from the divine magic and just like magic in general that you've been feeling. But here it seems a little bit more concentrated, and Tabik, you can actually feel a little bit more of that kind of clerical magic sense flowing back through you. It seems that whatever makes the magic strange in Belcourt is a little bit less powerful here in this little divine temple. So there's a series of pews on both sides, kind of carved out of marble, and a large altar with a painting of some figure on the back wall. There's a couple of candles on each part of hanging in sconces on the walls, and there's a couple of them just kind of set out. Some of them have been lit, some of them have not been lit.
Someone should make a religion check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I think I only
Yeah,
have a
that's what I
plus
wanna
1
do.
religion. I don't know if there's a point.
I also think I
I
have a
don't
plus
think
1
I have
religion.
anything.
I have a plus 1 religion.
Hey, let's
Yeah, I don't
roll and see what I get.
Well,
That would be a 14. I
I
don't
got
know if I'd
a
be able to spell
21.
anything.
a 21? Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Religion skill, guys.
Sorry, who made the 20?
That was
21.
Tabik?
21.
Ta- 21 for...
21.
21
Damn.
for our cleric.
21
that
from the
makes
cleric,
sense.
which is not bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not bad. It's not great. It's not bad.
I rolled an 18.
Yeah, but you're a cleric. You should have done
Oh,
better.
okay. I thought it was a nat 20.
No.
No.
Okay, no, it's just okay. So looking this over, you've studied a couple of gods. Not well, but you have come across them and stuff. Just being a cleric, you know at least some of the other gods. This god does not look very familiar, though. You are used to the material gods and stuff, the gods that rule over the Illustren and the kingdom surrounding and stuff. This is not a god from the material plane. This god is decked. It looks actually quite similar to the way Karsadith was dressed and stuff. The long, kind of sharply pointed ears, black eyes, and very sharp teeth. But the actual hair of this god is made from grass and flowers and living wood. It kind of falls down around their shoulders and stuff, and clutched in their hands. And it looks to be female, but there's a kind of a strange look to it and stuff that it could go either way, but it looks more feminine. Clutched in this goddess's hands is a large curved ram horn, and sticking out one side of the ram horn is what looks to be a bell. And you don't recognize this deity upon contact, but you can tell it's not one of the material gods you've ever seen.
Okay.
I would ask to roll again, but I did roll a 5.
Charlotte, you don't recognize this god.
Can I roll?
Yeah.
Even though.
I only rolled a
You guys can roll.
I only
Go ahead.
rolled a 14, so I don't think that's going to do anything.
And can I have that read off?
I got now 1.
Okay.
Baz,
Oh, that's one more for the character.
tripping down the stairs, it puts you enough behind the group that you were able to catch up, but it's just as they're closing the stone door, and you actually run straight into the door, and fall back, and you've got a small bump on your head.
That was a religion
Can
check.
Yeah.
You don't even get to look at the god.
Okay. Do you want me to try?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope.
Well,
Got an 8. I probably know it's
An 8?
yeah.
that is a god.
Oh.
It is a
don't-
god.
Do we have the
You
nat one
vaguely
counter?
think it's probably a
Jasper's
god.
got
Being how it's in a
Jasper,
temple.
put nat one
Yeah,
on.
yeah, you already got it.
Good.
Ow.
Also, it's
I'm
to
okay.
the mic, not to the
Like-
laptop. You're shouting in a completely different direction.
Yeah. What are you
Jasper.
doing, Jason?
What?
No, we can't.
Okay, cool. Anywhere else? What
Anything
else?
else
is
you
here?
guys want to do?
Yeah.
What else?
Um,
is
Do
here?
I
Do
take
I take
damage,
damage,
by the way?
Team up
You
with
don't
me,
take
Charlotte.
You
Okay.
just got a
Together.
bump on your head now.
Why does it say cloak?
What?
Cloak.
Why is there?
I want to
Cloak?
know what's ant room.
It says cloak, like kind of
Cloak?
bottom right, the dark gray bottom right.
Oh, that is a cloakroom. So there's a
Cloak
closet
room.
on one
Oh.
side and a
Cloakroom?
cloakroom on the other one. So
Wait a
cloakroom
minute.
would be where the cloaks are hung, and that's where actually Carcidith put your guys' like cloaks. The one cloak that was handed to him. The closet is where more tools and backpacks would be stored.
Wait, what?
Do you have a thing?
I have a cloak.
Did you take your cloak?
No.
No.
I think only one of you handed him a cloak.
Somebody.
And that
gave
was
it.
the most
Shyn
polite
did.
of us.
Shyn gave
So no one?
She's
I-
Charlotte is polite. It's just whether or not they want to
Why-
give them their cloak.
Why do you think Shyn isn't polite?
I'm sorry,
You have
is there a
made a
beer
lot of
cellar?
assumptions about Shyn
It
for
does say
knowing
beer
nothing
cellar.
about him.
I don't know. Bass
She
is a
just
very judgy
carries
person.
himself like an impolite person.
Okay, that's our place.
I'm 90%
Okay.
sure he doesn't.
What do you guys want to do?
Kiz is gonna follow me to the beer cellar.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the
Oh,
beer
God.
cellar.
So that is in the servants' quarters. You're going to head to the servants' quarters.
No,
Cool.
don't do that.
You guys want to go as well?
No.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking glare at them so hard.
Jasper, would you like to go to the servants' quarters?
No!
Wonderful. So just Ciza and Charlotte.
We're gonna try. Let's see what happens.
What would the three of you like to do?
What are we
Um,
supposed to do?
I'll go look at the tree actually now.
The
like
tree?
through the windows.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I completely
What
forgot
windows
we
are you
were
looking
supposed to
through? Because we've got there's windows on each of the quarters. There's the
Mhm.
two large windows in the main hall, and there's an actual like corridor made of glass windows leading across from the greenhouse.
I'll go over to the corridor made of like the whole wall's glass.
Okay, so that greenhouse corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's right next to you guys, and you
Yeah.
guys turn out and through a large double doors and stuff, and the rest of them come with you.
I don't see shit. I got a 4.
And you cast a glance. It's an interesting looking tree.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
It's
that's a nice
it's a
tree.
big tree. You can
Yeah.
notice that. Okay, Ciza and Charlotte, you guys make your way down this corridor.
What is this picture you sent me?
Oh, that is the colored version.
Oh, I can put that one up. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Sexy.
So you guys make your way down the corridor, into the large kind of door. It's a big door, but it's not very like viewable. Like it's being built to allow access and stuff, but to not stand out. Right? So if you have guests and stuff, it's big enough that you could wheel a cart through or something if you
Yeah.
want to make a lot of food out and everything, but it's unassuming enough that people wouldn't really notice it. It's kind of out of the way. You make your way into this small servants' corridor, and there's actually a large amount of noise coming from the door to the right. There's a small staircase that leads down a level at the end of the corridor, but there's one door set to the right, and that door has a lot of noise. There's a lot of clanging and pots banging and stuff. It's actually quite warm here in this corridor.
Are they stairs that go? Did you say they go down?
They go down, yes.
Do you want to go downstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're ditching the beer. We want to go downstairs.
So you make your way downstairs, and the rest of this castle, or like manor place, it's built in nice wood and carved marble and stone and stuff. Here it starts to kind of dwindle in. It's kind of patchy stonework, and it actually starts to make into kind of like dirt almost, but mixed with stone. Like it's still
Yeah, it's
nice enough that you can walk on and everything. It's not like a disgusting dirt tunnel, but it's definitely not the high class, the upstairs rooms. And this tunnel stretches on miles almost. Like this is a long tunnel, and there are doors on every side of the tunnel stretching down for as far as you can see. There is no actual lights here. There are a couple of kind of floating colors, almost, that give off a hint of light as you make your way down the corridor, but there's not quite anything there.
I want to do a perception check.
Sure, roll the perception check.
Do you want me to try to?
That's a 9.
Yeah, it's a long tunnel.
Want me to try
It's a
to?
very,
Yeah,
very
please.
long tunnel.
Okay, let's try.
No, it hit it. That doesn't count.
So then at 1.
No.
No.
Oh.
Do
Still
you care if
sucks,
it hit
though.
it?
If you want to reroll it, go ahead.
Oh, you're so nice.
Don't get in that one.
I probably will. Watch. No.
No, that was worse.
Worse. Good.
Not
I
in
got
that one,
two.
but
So, neither of us
yeah,
can
no.
tell shit.
It's a very long tunnel. It's actually kind of daunting. Like, this tunnel, you've seen the corridors upstairs and stuff, and you've seen the spire that this actual, like, manor is built into. This tunnel seems to go... The rate at which it goes down, it should have hit water by now.
We'll come back. When we have more confidence to take on the tunnel. Or do you want to knock on the first door?
wait, how many doors are there?
There
All the
are
way down.
thousands of doors. There are 2 doors right next to you guys, and they just continue down for as far as you can see.
Okay, you knock on one door, I'll knock on the other door.
If you die, we don't know where you are.
Oh no.
That's okay.
Okay,
If you die, you're just staying dead. We're not coming back for you.
Ciza.
Yeah.
You stay here.
Okay.
I blink.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I need to roll for that. I don't blink.
You wouldn't blink, actually.
What?
You go to shift into the... This is kind of normal. You've done it a couple of times now. It's pretty normal for you. You go to blink, and there's a moment where it feels like you've been running full, like... Imagine you're sprinting towards something, right? And then all of a sudden you gotta stop because there's a wall in your way. It feels like you've hit, like, a soft wall almost. And you can't actually feel yourself blink.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Was that in character? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back.
Beer!
No, later.
Okay.
Let's go back to the group because this looks a little.
Should we tell them?
It doesn't look good. Let's go back.
Okay.
Okay.
You make your way back out into the main hall where I assume the rest of them have kind of just gathered.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do now?
Go upstairs.
Yeah.
Upstairs?
Upstairs.
Awesome. Wonderful. Children's...
Now Danny gets the fun task of putting the upstairs on the
I
screen.
know.
You've already
so
got
much-
the map, though, which is fine.
I do,
I don't
yeah,
have to
so-
give you...
Except I think you covered some of it, so.
There is.
Yeah, because there's
it
2
is
locked
covered.
doors, remember?
There are 2 locked doors.
Oh,
I
so
told you
sorry.
we have
If
to
we
go.
bash that down, I have to put up another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one bash it down this game.
Yeah.
Guys, if you start being rude, Shyn may just leave.
Where? Where are you gonna go?
He's gonna go drown himself in the ocean because he's done with your fucking bullshit.
What a mood.
But then what about Adron?
Oh gosh.
Adron will be really sad. Maybe he won't do that. He'll just run away and hide on his own.
See, when I don't have to do anything important, I roll, like, good numbers. But, like, when I have to do something that actually counts, it's like,
That's because you're rolling. If you keep rolling, you're using up the good rolls.
Yeah, stop using up the good rolls.
Stop rolling until you need to roll.
Rolling.
I tried that. You wanna know what happened? As soon as I said every time I roll, I'm gonna get a bad one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one.
So it's turned sideways here, but that'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I don't
Well,
want that.
That's our space.
Can we put it up in this large part where we've got the port currently, actually? Would that
Can
work?
you
Sure, I
flip
can work
her?
on that.
Can you flip it?
Can I flip it?
Yeah, you should be able
Yeah, can you turn it? Because that is just weird.
Technical difficulties.
No, it's not
You should
difficult.
be able-
It's Danny
It's Danny
difficulties.
difficulties.
You should be
Thank
able
you.
to just, like,
Hold on, let me
Click.
delete this.
No.
Or nah, I don't know. Hold on. Skill, no. Hold on.
should
You wanna
probably
do
just
this?
Turn it.
I don't think we would care about
Can
here.
you or no?
No, I'll have to delete this
Okay,
one.
go
Hold
turn it on.
Hold on.
It's fine.
Let
Danny's
me-
struggling.
Hang on.
Jason and I are drawing.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So, how's
I-
everyone's day going?
Add your Tide Pod Chan, and now drawing Earth Chan.
I'm trying to draw Shyn, but it's very hard to draw a drow when, like, you're using dark colors. And I can't draw his hair.
Rotate. There we go.
Poor Shyn.
For those of you listening in, those of you being Ari,
Yeah.
What?
What?
yeah.
Well,
that
no,
is-
that's
this is-
okay. Maybe we should just take another picture of it.
No, hold on.
Sniff.
Or Rhys, can you send them the paint pictures?
What the heck?
Like right
Okay,
now, paint.
hang on.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah,
There.
that's good. Yeah,
Everything is
it
fine.
just needed to load.
Okay, now that I've got a basic head shape, now
Yeah,
I
we're
need to make
good.
it Shyn's head shape.
If I
Okay.
send the paint one, it's gonna be worse because then I have
Ari
to cover
says
stuff
hi.
Hi.
Ari.
Hey, Ari.
Hey, Ari.
Thank you for
Thanks.
good art.
Thanks for dealing with our bullshit.
Oh, that's true. That as well.
Thanks for being our friend, even though we've never met you.
Thank you for being.
Being my
Oh
friend.
God, this
Okay,
picture.
Don't get us copyrighted.
Yeah, Bez. God.
all of this.
Okay, there we go.
How about that?
Cool. We got it.
Does that work?
It's no, just wait. There we go.
There. That'll do.
That'll do.
Okay, so you guys make your way up. If you see there is a kind of white rectangle and then a darker rectangle above it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the staircase leads onto that darker rectangle.
Okay.
The white rectangle is open air that leads into the actual main hall and stuff. It looks down
okay.
onto the main hall. And then the large rectangle in the center is the courtyard.
Okay.
So which direction you guys want to go? What do you guys want to do?
Sideways.
How dare you? I'll look on here then. Fine.
I want to go.
Jeez, there's a lot of sleeping rooms. Anyway.
Let's go to the white sleeping rooms. I don't know why white, but like
Here's what?
like the lighter.
That's what I was gonna
color-
laugh about first. I was like, I really want to go in.
The ones on the top.
But
That's
I
what I'm
don't-
trying to say.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
thing is, I'm pretty sure Shyn is always like, I could go for a bath, and then he sees Baz head in there. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't so much want a bath.
Baz is gonna head to the bath.
Okay, Baz, you turn left at the top of this corridor, and you guys take a minute just to kind of look around and like get your bearings and stuff.
Yeah.
You have a vague idea of which each of these rooms are, though you don't like go into them.
Yeah.
Baz, you head left,
I do.
and immediately ahead of you are two doors that lead into what looks like a small hospital wing. It's a large white marble room with a couple of little beds set up in it. Turning left again in this corridor, there is a large set of double doors done up with a picture of what looks like a duck on them.
Duck. I love ducks.
And walking into this, this is high key. This is carved marble. It's less of a bath than it is a swimming pool type thing. Do you know what Roman baths look like? It's a Roman bathhouse, basically. It's a large pool of water that's been cut into the actual stone. It leads up to a large kind of fountain that pours out of a man holding a jug.
Okay.
And water pours out of that. There are large pillars that line the sides of this bath. And then tucked away on the corner is a smaller bath that's done more kind of ornately. And there are two statues of two women holding identical urns to the man, which are pouring in kind of sparkling water into this.
Can I check the water? Like, can I roll an investigation check? See if anything's up with the water?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because usually, it's always, if it's sparkling,
Which one are you doing?
invest-
Smaller bath or the large bath?
Smaller bath.
Smaller bath?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like you to roll Arcana.
Oh, okay.
Rolling.
That's 6.
You don't know too much about actual magic.
I
You
was
know
gonna say water.
musical. You don't know anything about water. This is a strange subject.
This is why you hoard soap. You don't know what to do with it.
He is very confused as to what the purpose of soap is.
The water itself, you can't quite tell. There's a faint magical presence, almost. But it is sparkling. Like not... Oh, it's nice clear water and stuff. I mean, like it's got glitter being poured into it.
Can I dip my hand in it?
Yeah, you dip your hand in it.
Does it come out glittery?
It does not come out glittery, but it does come out completely free of grime.
Oh, I'll stick my other hand in it.
Okay, you stick your other hand in it. You pull that hand out. It's also completely free. It looks like you're wearing gloves almost. Like your hands, the amount of grime that's built up just walking around.
I took a bath like
You did. You took a bath like 3 hours ago. But like you were clean.
Yeah.
But this is like you've never come into contact with a speck of dirt in your life.
I want to strip and get in there.
Okay, yeah, you take a bath.
Sorry, aren't there people in the room?
It's a communal bath. You gotta strip.
There's nobody in the room. There are 3 statues.
Oh, statues.
That are pouring water
Yeah.
into the thing.
Oh, I thought you were like there are people who are judging you.
No,
Hey guys, come here off.
This is why Shyn didn't want to go have a bath. He saw Baz heading for like an area, and he's like, nope.
Baz, you take your stuff off and kind of leave it on the edge of the rim of the
Can
thing.
I try to put like my sock in the water and see if it gets clean?
Yeah, you dip your sock in. It comes out grime free.
Can I throw all of my stuff? No, except oh no.
Oh, do you want it?
I want to. Okay, I want to tell you what I want to put in. I want to put in
Everything except the soap, I guess.
No.
Oh.
Eric, because I still have Eric,
Okay.
right?
You dip Eric's head in, and it comes out the fur's being like cleaned and stuff. He smells slightly of like not lilac or lavender and stuff, but he smells like flowery kind of.
Wait, do you still have that bird?
No, it's outside.
Okay, wait.
Ari the pigeon is still outside, yes. And tied to a post.
That bird's still tied to a rock.
No, you dip it in and stuff, it comes out, like, even the teeth are brushed.
I'm such a good boy! I'm gonna throw everything except from towels, my coupon, my scented candles, and my 44 soaps.
Okay, yeah.
Including my money.
Can I have your equipment list?
Oh god.
Scratched out.
Okay, yep, your backpacks, you're throwing, the rakes come out clean. Like, the metal is gleaming. Your armor doesn't smell anymore.
There's information on the back.
Yeah, no, I can't see anything that would
Stop.
I can't see anything that would be ruined. Okay, you're fine,
Thanks.
yep. Are you putting the guitar in?
I really want you to.
Do it.
I really want you
Do
to.
it.
I want that thing to be clean of all sin.
Do you have a water skin, Ari asks.
I'm gonna put my guitar in.
Okay, you put your guitar in, and this water is like clear, like you can't see. You can see through it almost.
Stop
but
feeling up my thigh.
all the stuff.
Give me your hand then. I gotta make sure.
All the stuff that gets put into it and stuff, you can't see it once it's gone under water and stuff. You kind of put the guitar in and things, and you go to pull it out and it doesn't come out. And for a second, there is a hint of fear, like, oh shit,
I have fear
gone,
right now.
right? But then you reach your hand in again and you pull out this guitar, and it's beautiful. This thing looks like it's being polished and restrung properly and everything. The one out of tune string is still out of tune.
Oh my god.
It's been left alone. But it's now like the strings have been cleaned, the metal's been polished on the sides and everything. It looks brand new.
Except for that.
Except for that. Except for the
Ari does want to know if you have a water skin. But you climbing into the bath.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Do you have
stripping!
one?
You leave your stuff, now that it's kind of being cleaned and stuff, you leave it to the side, and you climb into the bath and stuff. It's very relaxing. It's actually really
Does
nice.
the bath touch me?
What?
Oh my god, that's
Jace.
skin.
No. Because when we were in the pool, the fountain or whatever, it touched us. Not in a sexual way. I'm just meaning, like, is there, like, scrubbing my feet or something?
Oh, no. No. You climb into this bath.
And I disappear.
You don't disappear, but the two statues move. And melting out of them are two women.
They melt out of the
Yeah, like the urns, they melt out of like the little urns and stuff that are pouring water into them. And they've got blue skin, and long kind of hair that curls and stuff, but it's like made of water. Like their entire being is watery.
I love Avatar.
They kind of like flow and stuff as they move. And they're totally silent as they work. One of them gathers up your stuff, and puts it all neatly and stuff, folds it up and packs it into your bag for you and stuff. The other one brings out, like, it's not a brush, so to speak, but it's kind of like, you know those like brushes you use to wash grime off and stuff? It brings one of those out and it begins to wash your back. It's actually very soft. It's like made of moss almost.
I've never had one that's soft.
But they begin to Alufa, thank you. But she begins to scrub your back and stuff and clean your feet and everything. They give you like a royal treatment almost, right? And they're very nice.
My dong.
There's a towel laid out and stuff, and one of them hands you a small towel.
While I'm in the water?
Yeah, no.
The towel's gonna be wet!
Yeah, it is.
It's like a
Have you
Japanese
ever
style
seen,
bath.
like, you wear towels
you
and
wear a
stuff.
small towel over your crotch.
Oh no, I'm wet now.
It's a towel.
I'm sorry, you,
but they clean your nails.
First off, you killed Bella. Second, I might have to tell you that when you
said you're wet!
Yeah.
No, vividly describing bathing. This is what I DM for. No, but they clean you up and stuff, and you're nice and prim. Like there's like shampooing your hair and stuff for you.
I might have to leave for a minute.
Your beard, yep.
Though I'm guessing that there's
let's
a 90%
jump to the rest
when
of
you
you.
come back like nice and clean. She's gonna be like.
We come back to the rest of you. Yeah.
Can I put a bow in my hair?
Oh yeah, no. We'll get to that.
Okay.
The rest of you, what are you doing? What's happening?
Join me.
You know, I don't even.
Except for the child, because it's kind of weird.
I would. Was that Ditto saying that, or was that some other person who's not Baz saying that?
It was Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh.
What's solar? I want to go there.
The solar?
Yeah.
Which one? There is two.
There's two.
There?
Hey, look, there's small
Oh, there
bathrooms.
are.
There's
Where's
one.
the other
There's
one?
So
only
there
one
are
in the
two wings on the right side of this: the apartment A and apartment B. Okay.
Why not apartment C?
So there is a solar in both of these. So which one would you like to go to?
Which one are you saying is apartment A and which one is B? So
Apartment
that I can
A
just
is the
label?
bottom.
Okay.
Apartment B is the top.
Darn it.
I want to go to apartment A then.
Apartment A. Okay.
I'll follow Ciza.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just write that down.
What about Shyn and Tabik?
I'll follow. 'Cause I
Okay.
don't know what
I keep forgetting about Tabik. I'm so sorry.
It's weird because Tabik's not at the table right
Yeah.
now.
I'm sorry.
We
I'm
miss
gonna
you.
follow them.
Forget
I
gay.
miss you
Bye,
so
Tabik.
much.
That's gay. Stop being gay
Tab-
on our stream.
Hey, Tabik, join me in the bath.
No!
No. That's
No.
water, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're inviting the fire society.
Come on, it's water, man.
Anyway, I'll follow them.
Okay, yeah, you guys make your way to the solar. So a solar is kind of a communal room. In a larger manner and stuff. They'll have different wings of the house called apartments, which have their own kind of like sleeping quarters, and their own kind of sitting room and ante room where you can greet guests and stuff. And a solar is like a family dining room almost, right?
Okay.
So it's got a small table. There's a nice fireplace, a couple of couches and stuff spread around. So it's basically a place where, unless you're entertaining a large amount of guests, you'd use the lower halls or the high hall, right? For if you're entertaining guests. But if it's just between you and your family and stuff and a small amount of people, then you'd probably use a solar instead. So that's what the solar is. Walking into this, it's quite nicely done. It's not quite to the height of the other rooms that you guys have seen around, but it is still well enough done that it's recognizably part of the house. But there's a low table, some sofas, and a nice fireplace.
Cool.
Do I get to do a perception check now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, me too.
Don't fail me now. Ooh.
Ah shit, I dropped my dice.
I got a 19.
Okay. So looking around the solar, there's not too much you guys can see. But there is a tea set out on the table. And it's very ornately done teapot and stuff. And actually, you can see bustling around the other side of the table, very, very quietly, is what looks like a small person, almost. You can't quite see them because they're so small. They're almost under the table, like they could walk right under the table. But you can see somebody moving around the back of the room and stuff. And they're very, very quiet in the way they do it.
I want to go say hi.
Okay, yeah, you say hi. Let's get some roleplay in here, guys. Ciza, what do you say?
Hi.
Did you even see them?
I don't know. I'm
Charlotte.
just saying hi in general.
Okay.
You walk into the room.
Hi.
You watch
Hi.
as the kind of small creature freezes for a second and then slowly turns to look at you. And it looks almost like a child. Except that it is white.
Kick the baby.
It is white skinned. It's got kind of light pinkish hair and two bright blue eyes. And it turns to look at you guys and it goes, shit. And it says, I am so sorry. I did not mean to be seen. I was just bringing the tea. I'm so sorry.
I comfort the small. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay.
It kind of like leans away from your hand. It's like, oh, okay. I go now. You have tea. You have happy. Yes, I go now. And it walks into the wall, and it just kind of right into the wall.
Aww.
Kiza
Ciza looks at Charlotte with this look of.
I mean, I'd like you to describe that for the people who can't see your face right now.
Yeah, please.
What? Ciza gives the look of, what the actual F was that?
I think I kind of forgot to mention it though. Seeing as they've been going to manors and stuff like that, Shyn's posture has changed. Right? He normally walks like someone who's used to stealth, but he has kind of a very upright, prim posture walking in these manors.
Shoulders relaxed back.
I'm so gonna like out you.
But
And be
now-
like, hey, why are you acting so weird?
Honestly, all
No.
I can think about now is this kid walking through a wall, Ciza looking at Charlotte like, what the F, and then Shyn just like, sits up a little bit.
No, but like this whole time that they've been going around manors and stuff like that, Shyn has adopted a very
You adopted a
different.
child?
No, he has adopted
Refined
a
form.
very refined form compared to what you've seen from him before.
Okay, Bez just doesn't give a
Okay,
shit.
yeah. I want to figure out what tea it is.
Okay, yeah, you go over to the tea. The actual, like, just kind of shaking the teapot a little, it feels like there's stuff in it, but when you open it, there's nothing actually in the teapot. There is a selection of 5 or 6 cups laid out, though.
I think Charlotte's gonna go to the wall and, like, how tall is that person?
Are you gonna try and run through the wall?
No, hold on.
Very, very short, like,
Yeah, but like,
2 feet tall, maybe.
Like bad?
oh, 2 feet.
Taller.
Oh, that's not. That's fine. Okay, Charlotte crouches. She was gonna, like, lay down on the floor, but she's gonna crouch, and she's just gonna, like, stare into the wall, like, excuse me, I don't know why you left. Not
you
scary.
crouch down, and the second you say "excuse me," the little face of this thing just pops right out of the wall, and it goes, "Yes, can I help you? I'm sorry. Did you need something? Did I miss something? I'm sorry."
Oh my god, protect it! I want to draw it.
No,
Wait.
that's okay. I was just wondering, we were sent here for a reason, but I don't particularly know what that reason is, so I'd like to ask you.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been working here long and stuff, and they just told me that I was supposed to serve you guys tea. I'm sorry. And it starts to cry.
Oh my goodness!
I love how all of us start screaming.
Okay, Tabik,
One thing
leave.
shows
We
emotional
just know how
bond.
to deal with this.
Kiza panics and yells. Kiza's like, stop crying!
Oh no.
I'm gone. Goodbye.
Tabik, like,
Please stop crying.
Okay, you know, it
Why are you
immediately
singing?
stops. Like it's like full out bawling and stuff, and you say, please stop crying, it just totally stops. And it looks up and he's like, can I help you now?
Yes. Can I ask you how you walk through that wall?
Yeah, it grabs your wrist and pulls you through the wall with it. And you, for a second, you freak out and stuff, like that's fucking terrifying. But then you're like, oh wait, because you pass through it like nothing, like it's not even there almost, right? And there's a small tunnel, like a small room set out behind there and stuff, with what looks like a small kitchen set up, and there's a small kind of hatch in the floor that's currently closed, and there's a small bed in the corner and stuff, and the little creature kind of points around and says, Tiz lives here.
Who?
Tiz!
Who's Tiz?
I'm Tiz.
Hello, Tiz.
Hello.
I'm Charlotte.
Nice to meet you, Charlotte.
Hyperventilating.
Can I shout through a wall? Kiza, stop!
Yeah, for you guys watch.
what does
as...
their hair look like? I'm drawing them right now.
Oh, it's like a little bob cut.
What
It's
do
like
their
a little-
bangs look like? Do they have like the straight bangs? Like,
Oh yeah.
oh my god.
Some adorable little straight bangs and stuff. It's wearing kind of like a little like brown dress, like a little maid's dress almost, but it's like done brown. There's
I
a
like
small
brown.
apron tied to the bottom and stuff. It's stark white skin, and light pink hair, and two bright blue eyes. Totally blue.
Well, seeing as we're not with you right now, Baz, I'm pretty sure you can
Okay.
go.
And
Sure.
Tiz kind of looks up at you, and she goes, "Can I do something to help you now?"
My foot's stuck on the guitar.
Yes? I'm not sure what, though.
Tiz can clean. Tiz can make beds and show you places and make tea. Tiz makes good tea.
Maybe ask Tiz where we're supposed to be sleeping.
Where we're supposed to be... Are we sleeping here?
I
was
assume
setting
so.
this stuff up. No.
I believe that was mentioned.
Do you know where your deepest, darkest secret of the house is held?
Yes.
Where is it?
Which one?
The
She's so cute. Oh my goodness.
We have four. No, no, 4.
Show me one of them.
Oh, I don't think I can do that. I'm sorry.
Why not?
I'm not allowed to.
Why did you tell me there were 4 different...
Because you asked.
Well, okay. That makes enough sense.
I can show you the ravens.
The what?
The ravens.
Sure.
Yay. Okay, this way. And Tiz grabs your hand, like grabs your hand like a small child grabs a hand, and drags you back out the wall. And you guys pop back into the solar, and Tiz begins to make her way out the solar, completely avoiding you guys. She drags Charlotte down to the main entrance and stuff, and around and back down the corridors into the greenhouse. And up to the large door with the raven carved onto it at the back of the greenhouse and stuff. And Tiz raises a hand and points it and says, "That's the way the ravens are."
All right. Does that mean that Danny has to set the map out again?
No, I can take you back to the solar.
Okay. Yeah, let's go back to the solar and tell everyone else what just happened.
Okay, Tiz doesn't lead you back up the stairs, but instead walks through a wall in the greenhouse, and you guys pop back out in the solar.
Okay. Guys, there's some ravens.
Where?
I...
Tiz grabs your hand, Kiza, and drags you through the wall, and you pop out in the greenhouse.
Wait.
She points at the door and she says, "There."
I'm guessing it's the door with the ravens carved up, the raven carved on it.
Okay.
Can I roll perception, see if I notice something
darn it.
special about it?
Should've done
But
that.
the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Investigation.
Okay. So that's 16
That was good.
plus. I know, right? I'm so proud of myself. That's just 16.
Okay. The raven is very ornately carved and stuff, and it's kind of it's got wings spread, and the beak and stuff is looking towards outside the door and stuff. The eye is carved in a bright silver, and the rest of this door is kind of black stone. The eye is a bright silver, and there's a small golden knocker held beneath the feet, clutched in the actual feet of the raven.
Can I reach it? Like, can I knock?
Yeah, you can reach it. You
Okay.
knock. So large echo. Nothing happens.
A small raven caws in the background.
I mean, you could see if you could open the door.
Oh yeah. Can I open the door? Or
There's no handle.
Wait, no, actually, call like a raven. No, maybe that's how you're supposed to get in. You're supposed to imitate being a raven. Or, like, pretend to be a raven.
I look down at what's the name again? Tiz, and I'm like,
Oh,
How do
guess
I
should
open
write
the
that down in
door?
my notes.
It's locked.
okay, can you open it?
No. Kids can only go certain places. Lots of places, but only certain places.
Can you tell me what's behind the door?
The ravens.
Just a bunch of ravens.
And the balcony. And the doors. And the steering wheel. And the staircase.
Have you been there before?
Tiz has seen it. Yes, that's where Tiz came from.
Can you go in it?
No. Tiz lives here now.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to show me that you find interesting?
Yes! Grabs your hand. Back through a wall. And you pop out, it's not quite a balcony, but it's like an indent in the wall that's kind of carved into the wall, and there's a large window, and it looks down into the courtyard and stuff. And you're in a hallway you haven't seen before.
Oh.
It's a large stone hallway, and there are 2 double doors at either end, and a large set of double doors behind you, with what looks like an image of a tree, and curled around the base of the tree is a large snake. And Tiz points at the door, and she says, "I like that room." And then she drags you back through the wall, and you pop out back in the solar.
Interesting. Okay. Steering wheel. A steering wheel.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
I-
Wait, no, I'll let you do that.
Yeah. Thank you, that was very interesting. I turn and I look at Charlotte and I just whisper very silently, "There's some things we need to look at."
Tiz nods very enthusiastically and says, "Can I help you with anything else, or can I go? Because I need to make more tea."
You can go make more tea.
Thank you! Into the wall.
Okay, to Rhys, do we want to break for like 5 minutes and just understand the objective of what we're doing? Because like
just looking around,
I'm just
I think.
looking around the house, to be honest.
Yeah.
You guys are looking
We're
around the
just
house and
looking
stuff.
around the manor.
Okay.
By the end of this, you guys will probably have a nice rest and stuff, and then the next day, you guys are expected to probably stop in with 2 watch, figure out some stuff before you guys have to board the ship a couple days from now.
Wait, so we're just looking around the house for no goddamn reason?
I thought I'd give you guys time to explore the place. You're
Oh
gonna be
my
staying at.
god!
This is where we're supposed to be staying. Remember, this is where Adron sent us.
Oh, frick.
This is where we're staying for the next while.
If you guys don't want to explore, you can go to bed or something, but
No, I want to explore.
exploring is fun, but
it's a lot of interesting places to go, so I thought I'd let you have time to have
Okay,
but
I'm gonna say right now, Charlotte is gonna go take a bath, and then she's gonna go to bed.
Okay.
That's all she's got.
do we,
Because she's like,
do
well,
we know
there's no
what
objective. What,
rooms
do I,
each
what am
person
I
is staying
doing?
in, or is it some? We
Tiz,
have to figure that out yet.
Tiz kind of pops back out the wall, and she's like, you have the entirety of the apartment A.
Okay.
I take the sleeping master.
Shyn's not gonna like that.
Fight me.
No, because he's claustrophobic.
If you'd like, if we can make more room for you guys in B.
Is
but
there
we thought this would be good?
is there a chair in any of apartment A?
Yeah, there's a large. The anteroom has a lot of chairs and couches.
Cool, that's what Charlotte's sleeping on.
If you talk to Ciza very nicely, they might give you the room.
Do I have anything to offer Ciza?
Oh yeah, tempt me.
I mean, I have rations. I could give her food. Or a tinderbox. Seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Can I get out of the bath yet?
I forgot I had
Oh, you're out of the
poison.
bath.
I am?
You get out of the bath. They provide you with a nice bathrobe that has Benham across the back.
Can I keep it?
Yeah.
I have so
Yeah,
much
you
shit.
can.
I mean-
They've braided your hair and there's a couple of bows and stuff in it.
Fuck yeah. How many bows?
3.
I don't have anything to offer Ciza that she'd be interested in.
I mean,
However-
you guys don't have to talk about this politically. You guys can roll dex, see who can get there first.
But Shyn's not gonna run in this house.
Okay, then
That's not
I
gonna
guess
happen.
Kiza gets the bedroom.
Aww.
You could ask very
Yeah.
nicely. Do you want to try to
I could try-
persuade me into giving you the
I
room?
have shit persuasion.
Can I try? Can I
Roll.
roll? Thanks.
What are you doing?
Let me
What am I
guess.
rolling for?
He's running to the room.
Dex.
Yeah, he's running to the room.
Oh my god.
Fuck, I got a 4.
You're not even sure where they've gone.
I got a 13 and she got a 2.
Yeah.
Shyn, you managed to make your way out while Kiza's getting dragged around by Tiz.
Yeah,
And you make your way into the room and stuff. It's a nice room. It's not very big, right? Like it's a big room. Don't
Yeah.
say it's not. But it's like the other two smaller sleeping rooms are maybe a couple of feet smaller, right? Like maybe you could fit a chest of drawers in here.
Yeah.
Where you couldn't there, right?
Yeah.
It's not too much bigger, but it is a little bit bigger.
Shyn
there's
may
an
also be
ornate-
slightly pretentious.
There's a nice bed, a double bed. There's a rug on the floor from what looks like a bear of some sort.
Huh.
There's a dresser and a chair in the corner. It's a nice room.
I have a
Nice room.
question.
Yeah.
Is there anything throwable around Ciza right now?
There's a vase.
Okay, Ciza picks up the vase.
Okay.
Honey, no.
Ciza knows they can't reach Shyn, so they're gonna throw it at Baz.
Make a dex.
Roll the dex save.
The question is,
Me?
though, if I leave this room, it's probably
you
not
can
claimed
roll
anymore.
strength.
14,
Okay.
15, 16, 17.
17.
Fuck, why do I keep getting bad numbers?
Okay,
6.
you chuck this vase, and Baz, you like duck it slightly, and it kind of flies over your shoulder. But it's about halfway past your ear when Tiz comes flying out one wall, tackles the vase, and disappears onto the other wall. And you guys watch as a hand with the vase pops back out and kind of places it back on the little pedestal, and then it goes.
Funny to see.
It waggles a finger as it disappears slowly into the wall.
Nice.
That's beautiful. That was so worth it just for Tiz's reaction of jumping through the wall to catch the base.
The question is, if I go and take a bath, is the room still claimed to Shyn's, or is it just free game?
It's claimed.
It's claimed? Okay.
You guys can. There is apartment B if you guys would like apartment B.
There's
Like
also bunk beds.
Tiz has allowed for that, right?
Can I take the master in B? Or can I
There
roll?
There
no
is no
master.
master. There's 2
It's fuck-
rooms.
oh,
There's
fuck.
2 sleeping rooms. They each have an ante room and
Yeah.
a private bath.
And a private bath.
Okay, no.
What's the anteroom again?
Or
It's a
there's-
small receiving room,
or there's
right? So
sleeping
if you
bunks.
have people that want to talk, just between them, they'd receive them in the ante room rather than their sleeping quarters.
But sleeping is so big on the B.
Yeah, no,
It's
they're
bigger
very
than
large. They're very large rooms.
I would like to go to the sleeping B.
Okay. Yep. It is slightly more worn down. It's very, very ornate. But it is like A has been cleaned up for you guys a little bit. and the furniture's out and stuff. Like the fires have been lit, the rooms are warmed up and everything. You crack open the door to be, and it kind of squeaks on its hinges and stuff. It's a little bit dusty and stuff. It hasn't been cleaned in a while. But you see, not Tiz, but another small child kind of pops out of the wall.
What is up with these children?
What does
And
this
this
one
one
look like?
has very, very light cotton candy blue colored hair.
Is it in the same
And
style?
very, very pink eyes and the white skin. And it's a small boy. And he's wearing kind of the thing, and he's got a nice kind of like, not a butler's uniform, but like a small page's uniform on. And he pops out of the wall, and he looks at you kind of quizzically, and he turns, like he tilts his head a little bit and stuff, and then he nods and he pops back into the wall. And you see one of the doors on the left-hand side kind of creaks open.
That's just it?
No,
Okay.
the door just creaks open.
Are they brother and sister?
I don't
Please tell me that they have some sort of relation because their eyes and their hair are just switched and it's so cute. I love them.
Baz is gonna set his stuff down, but he just wants the room as it is. He want that dusty boy.
Nice.
You make your way into. Are you making your way into the one that's the door that's been opened, or the door that's closed still?
Open.
Open. Okay. It's being cleaned off a little bit, but it looks like it's being paused halfway. Right. Like the covers and stuff have been changed out and stuff for proper covers, and the fire's been lit, but it is still there's a slight hint of dust on the room, and like it still smells like a dusty room, like it's stale almost.
Baz is just gonna look around. Child? Keep it dusty. More dust. Dust.
Popping out from the ceiling, straight down to the ground, falls the small child and stuff,
What the
and it looks at you and it nods very eagerly and stuff, and then it melts into the ground.
Nice.
No.
Yeet.
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay,
Night,
you go to
bitch.
bed.
Shyn's going to the bath first.
Okay.
I mean, he had a bath, but.
Okay, which bath are you using? The big Roman bath or the
the
smaller
guy,
glittery
or-
bath?
Probably the smaller glittery bath.
Okay, yeah, the two water women.
Mhm.
They kind of pop back out and stuff, and they clean for you as well, and they fold your stuff up and everything. You emerge with a large kind of bathrobe with your last name written across the back of it.
Which
Um,
none of you see.
and
It's just
they've
scribbles
put
for
a
us.
single bow in your hair.
Okay, I want to take a bath just so I can figure out what the heck they're gonna do because I don't have hair.
They put every single one of your scales, they put a little bow.
Big bath or smaller bath?
Can we say before she gets there, Shyn kind of changes and folds up the bathrobe?
Okay, yeah.
That's so
One of the women remelts out of it and kind of looks at you quizzically at the bathrobe, and then grabs the bathrobe from you, and then melts back into the jug with the bathrobe.
Okay.
And did we just assume Charlotte took the one that everyone else took for baths?
Has Charlotte gone to the bath yet?
She did. I think so. I don't know. We
You
can
guys
get
going
that.
small bath? You guys can go together if you want.
No.
No.
It's communal bath, guys.
Does Charlotte know what it? No, she does not.
Small bath or big bath?
Big.
Big bath?
Yeah.
I choose a small. I
Small
guess.
bath. Okay,
So-
Ciza, you get the same kind of treatment and stuff. Your stuff is folded up. They clean your scales and stuff. They paint a couple of scales.
All I'm saying is it better be red.
It's purple.
No.
It's a multitude of colors.
So I'm rainbow now.
Not all of your scales, just like the odd scale is
Okay, cool.
painted now color. They give you a little bathrobe, and the back of it isn't. It looks like they've kind of paused. They don't know what's supposed to be on the back of the bathrobe, and then etched across the bath. Can't speak. Etched across the back of the bathrobe is the word teller.
Tall air.
Teller.
Tall air.
T-E-L-L-E-R. Teller.
Oh, air.
Okay.
Oh wait, French Prince of.
Okay. Is Tabik still there?
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard from you in a while, and I'm just scared that we're, like, talking over you.
I wanted to go look at the tree at some point. Not in the courtyard, just through the windows.
At the courtyard? Yeah. Can we turn Tabik up?
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, echo or be too loud on the stream, though.
Well, we can't hear you otherwise.
Yeah, we can't hear
Okay.
you, so...
What time is it?
I can put...
It's 12:33. Hasn't been that long, yeah. It's only been an hour and a half.
Okay, you want to look at the courtyard?
Yeah, at the tree.
Okay. You can roll investigation, perception, or nature.
Keep dropping my fucking dice.
Well done. 10 out of 10. Great job.
What did you say I could add to it?
Investigation, perception, or nature.
Let's do perception.
Perception?
22.
22? Okay.
I rolled a 19.
You look out the windows, it's kind of in this upper corridor and stuff off the main hall. Looking at this tree, you see the same things that Baz had. The actual height of this tree. You see the strange kind of lights that dance across the limbs. And you actually see, sitting in the top of the tree, what looks like a figure. And the skin of this figure is white, not in the same way that Tiz and the other smaller creature are, but white like the bark of the tree. And they are dressed in a small kind of gown, almost. And they have a large sword in a scabbard at their side, and they're just kind of sitting perched in the top of the tree. And they don't seem to be moving, they don't seem to be doing anything, they're just kind of looking down into the courtyard.
Okay, that's spooky. I'm never going out in the courtyard.
That's good.
Okay. Does Tabik want to take a bath, or is Tabik going to sleep?
You want him to go in water again? He's had enough of water from the bench.
Well, I asked if he wanted to bath, not if he wanted to go in water.
What?
Uh-huh.
You haven't gone to the bathhouse. You don't know what I have.
Go check
He's
out
seen
the
everyone
baths.
else go in there, so he's kind of curious, so maybe he'll just, like, peek his head in the door when nobody else is in there.
Okay, so we'll get Charlotte done first then. Charlotte, you walk in. There's this small bath and stuff that everyone else has been using and things. The large bath is actually very, very nice. There's a couple of, like, lily pads kind of floating in the center of it and things.
What time is it? No, like in game.
Oh, in-game?
Oh.
Factoring in when you guys had left the manor, it would be evening-ish, kind of late afternoon. Which is actually,
time?
I do want to make note. When you had looked outside, the actual sky above the courtyard had been kind of sunsetish, twilightish area, right? It should have been, knowing what you did, the time that you guys had entered, it should have been middle of the day bright. Right? Like, the timing outside for the sky does not match quite what you expect. Okay. This large bath is very nice. There's a couple of lily pads floating and stuff. The statue of the man is kind of pouring the jug out and stuff. The water flows into this thing. And climbing in, the bath is warm, first off. And there's a slight ripple to it. And then rising out of the actual water is what looks like a snake, almost. It's actually draconic in nature. It looks draconic and stuff. But it is made entirely of water. And it rises out and it kind of looks down at you. Tilts its head a little bit. Leans a little bit closer, and it doesn't sniff so much as it kind of seems to, like, breathe in. It opens its mouth and kind of breathes in a little bit. And then it kind of recoils a little and sinks back into the water. And then pouring out of the large jug comes a large figure of the same kind of watery looking people that had served for the smaller bath, except this one is a large man. And following behind him are two smaller females. And the large man starts to kind of fold up your stuff as the two females start to wash your hair and stuff.
Okay, I will have you know though, she's wearing all of her clothes.
Okay. So the man kind of sits just at the end of the bath, kind of on like the rim of the bath and stuff, kind of twiddles his thumbs. And the two women kind of, they wash your hair there. They look a little bit confused with the clothing and stuff. But they shrug it off. When you do climb out of the bath, your clothing is dripping wet. It is not like dry or anything.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah.
Is he still sitting there?
Yeah, he sits there for a second and stuff. As you climb out, the ladies have put your hair into two pigtails. With two bows. And they make their way back down. And they climb up into the jug again. And the man kind of turns and bows low. And then right into the jug.
Gosh dang it. Can I do an investigation check on that?
Yeah.
I was gonna do an investigation check while he was still there, but... Really? 11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is a very nicely, ornately carved statue. But it is carved with a level of detail that is very, very sophisticated. Like, you've seen statues before, and generally they're cut, they look humanoid enough. This looks like perfect model, like if someone was made of marble, right? Like, it looks like it could move, it could function totally normal. It's very, very innately done.
Okay, so this is Night at the Museum 2.
Similar, yes. We'll say that. That's the kind of, like, effect that it gives off.
We have more viewers in the thing, guys.
Power.
That's just
Hey, I recognize that one. What's up?
I know that.
There
Thank you.
is two, besides Ari and me. It's two others.
That's me. I'm Minx the Cave. I'm just trying to set up Twitch shit.
Oh, okay. Well,
I need to
there's
look at Twitch after.
Fake went.
What?
too.
I need to look at Twitch afterwards.
Cool, okay.
After we're live. I mean,
Okay.
after we're finished.
Okay.
Okay. You're heading to bed now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You make your way into the little ante-room
Bless you.
in the bee chambers. Tabik, you make your way into the room. Small bath, big bath.
He's probably gonna like dip his hand into both, and then try and decide like what happens.
So nothing really happens in the big bath. Your hand comes out clean and stuff. Sorry, the small bath. Nothing happens in the small bath. Your hand comes out clean. You dip your hand into the big bath, and the water starts to boil, kind of. And this kind of serpent-like creature that had been there before kind of pops out again, and it looks at you, and it takes a deep breath in, and then it nods, and it kind of swirls around. And it's like the water's draining almost. And the actual, like, water coming out of the urn stops. And then pouring from the water comes molten lava. And it fills the bath. And then from the comes more water. And it kind of mixes together till it is, like, boiling hot water.
It is
Okay,
fire.
that's cool. Big bath then.
Yeah, so you take a bath. The man and the two women kind of melt out again. And they help with your stuff. They clean you up and everything. They try to put a bow in your hair, but it kind of gets burnt up. So they just settle for painting your nails. And then they kind of they give a little wave, and then they're back in the urn. And oh, your nail color is blue.
Okay.
And they give a wave, and they melt back up into the urn. And the bath the serpent thing kind of dips its head up and stuff, and it makes this kind of gurgling sound, like a happy baby does. You know that sound? Like the weird, like, little, like, gurgle laugh that babies make and stuff. It makes that kind of sound, and it, like, bounces its head around.
No, sorry, I've got it.
And then it bounces its head around, and then it swirls again, and the actual bath starts to drain again and fill with water again. And you're going to bed? Or...
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
so you two have taken the 2 sleeping rooms there.
No, I took it.
You took the thing,
chair.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 1 more sleeping room left in the A apartments. So you take that one and stuff. You guys settle down, and we will return after a small break.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Do you know how to pause the Twitch stream?
No!
You can go offline and then restart it too.
Yeah, we could just start a new stream.
What dot that mean?
I think it might be better to pause it.
Stop
Well,
I have
don't
to
know.
do
Stop
some stuff on
recording?
Twitch first.
Oh, okay.
No, because stop recording will stop recording everything.
Just be tired. Go run and do
I don't know.
Well, I can chill with all these good listeners. You guys
I
go
mean,
take
or
your
we can stop streaming and restart a stream.
Yeah,
I say that
plus
one's the
this
best
one's getting long, so...
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, so we
Stop
can stop
streaming.
streaming and then restart.
Okay, cool.
We'll be back in how long? 5 minutes?
5-10 minutes?
maybe
5-10
longer.
minutes.
How about
5.
we start in 16 minutes? So at the top
Yeah,
of the hour.
so yeah, hopefully we'll start around 1 o'clock.
That's in time for the ads to stop.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, that'll work.
Forward.